After millions of years of evolution, the human being still does not know where one comes from or where one is heading to. Towards one's own destruction, towards one's perfection. Which is the next name of the contemporary Homo sapiens? It's probably Homo Solaris. About 200 cases of people living without any food intake are known in the modern world. Here is one of them, Hira Rattan Manek. He was born on 12th of September 1937 in Bodhvad, India. He grew up in Calicut, where he had his mechanical engineering degree from the University of Kerala. He had a successful career in the family business, to which he was devoted until his retirement in 1992. Being inspired by Mira Rashid and other Indian gurus as well, he directed his efforts towards developing a method for receiving the sunlight and using it for treatment and sustaining the body without the necessity of solid food. He worked on his method in the course of 3 years. Since June 1995, Hira Rattan Manek has been living solely on sun's energy and water. That same year, he agreed to be subjected to a continuous medical observation in the course of 211 days. It was carried out in Calicut under the guidance of Dr. Ramachandran. Dr. Ramachandran is a well-known specialist in modern medicine and Ayurveda. He studied and specialized in the University of Madras, Dundee Royal Infirmary, Scotland, and University College Hospital, London. The Manek's fasting, under observation, started on the 19th of June, 1995, and continued until the 15th of January, 1996. During these 211 days, he did not take any food. This fact provoked a great interest among doctors and society, who were informed by the Indian press about the experiment. In 1998, as a guest to the first international conference on multiple healing systems, Manek gave his consent to be subjected to a second medical observation which lasted for 411 days. The experiment started on the 1st of January 2000 in the 5 million town of Ahmedabad, in the presence of doctors, journalists, and scientists, at an up-to-date medical center. Manek was isolated in a separate room. He was monitored by a medical team and was not left alone, even for a minute, day and night. Experienced doctors, with a notable reputation, took part in the experiment. Some of the most renowned are Dr. K. Shah, at that time president of the Jain Doctors Federation and a former president of the Indian Medical Association, members of which are over 170,000 doctors. 4 former presidents of the Association of Physicians of Ahmedabad: Dr. Mehta, Dr. Navneet Shah, Dr. Hemendra Modi, Dr. Sudha Shah, the Secretary of the Healthcare International Multitherapy Institute, Dr. Prakash Doshi, Dr. P.G. Shah, President of the same institute, Dr. Givala, Dr. Viresh Patel, and other doctors and specialists as well. Dr. Sudashar, the neurologist, having conducted the unique experiment, said in an interview,
"As per our present-day scientific understanding, under normal circumstances of prolonged starvation, human being loses weight fast. First, carbohydrate is utilized. Then, ketones appear in urine in first week. Then, proteins are burnt. Later, fat are mobilized from body stores and used. Before that, the person becomes dull, lethargic, and irritable. His logic and reasoning fails, and vital parameters fall, and within 8 to 10 weeks, as per science, the physical existence will be challenged." Manek confutes all that. He has good confidence, his intellect has been preserved, and does not suffer from depression. What are the explanations? Manek is not genetically different from the others. Obviously, he manages to feed on the sun's energy.
A thorough report about the examination carried out on Manek, and also an attempt to explain scientifically the phenomenon that has been observed, is published on the web page of Dr. Sudashar. It is amazing that on the 401st day of his fasting, for an hour and a half, without any help, Hira Rattan Manek climbed up the sacred Shatrunjaya mountain along with 500 followers. The experiment started on the 1st of January 2000 and finished on the 14th of February 2001. In the course of all these days, Manek drank only water without taking any other liquids or food. Thus, he became the most closely examined non-eating person in the world. After the exciting results in Ahmedabad, Manek was invited to the USA, where he was examined by the leading scientists in the field of brain functioning. One of them is Dr. Maury Pressman. After his meeting with Hira Rattan Manek, Pressman writes that there is hope for the mankind to go beyond the old limits. Hope to control our body and brain by means of the magnetic and solar energies. This new experience will transform us into a new race, an improved one in a spiritual and physical sense.
The practice that I am going to tell you is totally scientific, and it will give you immense health benefits. It is the original practice for the human body, because human body is made up of light. Even the medical science accepts that fact. And since we are made up of light, we have to link ourselves to the light. And our brain, the human brain, depends heavily on the sunlight. Human brain is a supercomputer. The man-made computer is nothing compared to it. We have a software, a programming inside the brain. We have infinite powers, human resources inside the brain. But we are unable to use them because brain is not getting enough power supply. If brain gets sufficient power supply, all our human resources, they will come out. And in that process, we will raise ourselves higher and higher. We will become superhuman beings. We will have super health. No health problems. No problems even in life. We will have more memory, more intelligence. Our youth will be retained for longer periods. Aging process will slow down. Lifespan will increase. You will not have Alzheimer or Parkinson in the old age. Our body is governed by the brain. When we treat the body, we are just treating the symptoms. But if we energize the brain, we reach at the source of the problem. Energizing the brain is very important for our of the quality and quantity of the neurons, the cells in the brain. So far, medical science believes that as you age, the neurons of cells in the brain weaken, become less in number. They lose strength. So you lose memory, intelligence, and you are sure to have Alzheimer's, Parkinson in the old age. But now it is seen that due to sungazing practice, the neurons of cells in the brain become more in number. They regenerate, they get back the lost strength, they become healthier, totally fit. And that is the simple key to the health. See that your neurons, the cells in the brain, have higher quality and quantity. And for this, sunlight has to reach the brain. And sunlight can reach the brain only through the eye. Eye is the extended part of the brain. And with the light, we get the photons, the powerful energy from the sun. Only the human eye can receive the photons and no other part of the body. The photons coming from the sun are 100% positive. They have no adverse effect at all. They can never be misused. So when we talk of nectar, elixir, manna, it is these photons from the sun. And our attempt is to receive the photons. So time has come for us to understand the powers of sun gazing and use it in our daily practice. And it is totally cost-free. You have nothing to lose. Just do this practice with confidence, with faith, without doubts and suspicions, without haste. Just follow the suggestions and don't get scared with the word sun gazing. It is a simple practice. Simple look at the sun during the safe hours. If you are comfortable with your TV gazing or computer gazing, sun gazing is much more simpler and easier. Scientifically now we know that 1 hour from sunrise, 1 hour before sunset has no ultraviolet. Whenever there is no ultraviolet, the other rays of the sun also do not harm us. On internet, you can find out the ultraviolet intensity of the sun. Every country has their own websites, weather websites. There you can know the sunrise and sunset timings and also the ultraviolet index of the sun. Many newspapers also give the ultraviolet index of the sun. And there are no restrictions when you start this practice. You eat, you drink, you take medicines, you continue your present lifestyle. Sun gazing is the only practice that does not restrict your present lifestyle. Sun will take care of you. We have a GPS designed with the sun. Once you link, you will be guided by the sun. So let us start sun gazing. First day, if climate is good, just go outside the house. Remain straight in the open. Stand erect. If possible, be without shoes and touch the direct Mother Earth. And just look at the sun, either morning time or evening time. First day, not more than 10 seconds. Just a relaxed look at the sun. Anybody can do it. Even a child can do it. And we all see sunrise and sunset for enjoyment. And we see for minutes together. And nothing happens to us. If you can't stand, you can sit and do it. If you can't go outside the house, remain inside the house. And through a clear glass window, look at the sun.